Hey, what is up guys, I'm Neville, and today I'm going to be talking about, does Isiah Thomas coming back to the Cleveland Cavaliers as his debut was today, will it actually hurt the Cleveland Cavaliers? And y'all, before y'all crucify me, cut off my dick, do whatever you want. But Isiah Thomas coming back is going to help them, they're going to win the NBA Finals, chill out. You keyboard warriors, chill out. I mean, because pretty much, why is it going to hurt them in their short run? And yeah, so before you do all that, you crucify me and all that, just hear me out. So without further ado, without me rambling on too much, let's get right into the video. Alright, so yes, I do think this is going to hurt the Cleveland Cavaliers, only in short term. I think right when he comes back, it is going to hurt him. But once they start getting in the groove with him, I do not think it's going to hurt him. So now this is why. This is the reason I think that when he comes back for the short term, it's going to be hurt. Because they're not only going to have to learn how to play with a new player. He's not like a Dwayne Wade, a Derrick Rose, a Tristan Thompson that they already played with before. He's not one of those newer players to the team or coming back from injury players. No, this is a star that they have never played with this whole season. They've never played a real game with him except for practice, but they never played a real life game with him until today with his debut. So, I mean, and like we saw, the Cleveland Cavaliers took a very, very long time to learn how to play with just normal role players, as in Dwayne Wade, Derrick Rose, and all those people. And I mean, that was shown as they started off 7-11, and they had a 6-game losing streak going until they did get on that huge win streak. Before they got on that 13-game winning streak, they were 7-11 because they just could not. They were going through different starting lineups, just trying to find what works. But now with the addition of Isiah Thomas coming back, they're gonna have to take someone out of that starting role, put him back in. Then they're gonna have to work with minutes, and it's pretty much the same thing they had to do in the beginning of the year. So I do think it's gonna hurt them quite bad at the beginning of the season, or the beginning of when he comes back. But once they get it going, I think they're gonna be the same Cleveland Cavaliers we saw earlier. And plus, this dude is going to be extremely rusty. I mean, yeah, he's been working out, he's been practicing, but nothing really can prepare you for an actual game time, like an actual game, because that's just run and gun, do everything run. That's even showing with Kawhi Leonard, another player coming back off an injury. He's just not as explosive. He worked out, he trained, but it's just not as explosive as he used to be yet because he just came back. So the same thing's gonna happen with Isiah Thomas. His shot's probably gonna be off a little bit. He's probably not gonna be as fast as we know him, but once he gets back into the flow of things, everything should end up being a lot better. So I do not think it is going to hurt them in the long term. I don't think it's going to hurt him when it comes to playoffs. I don't think he's going to make them worse. I think he's going to make them better. But I do think for the short term, being when they're still trying to figure it all out, I think it's going to take a little bit longer, because now that's been starting, like Calderon, he's going to be taken out, and Calderon's been playing pretty good, so he might be a little upset getting taken out of the starting lineup. So I mean, and then they're going to have to work with how many minutes does Isiah Thomas get for a while, since they're just trying to ease him into it. Will he get this many minutes? Will he do it because they don't want him to get re-injured? It's just going to be probably a little bit of a shit show for a little while, let's be honest. And plus, I mean, there is a kind of chance that Isiah Thomas just doesn't play well when there's another superstar. Just hear me out. Isiah Thomas did not have his breakout year until he was pretty much the only player on the basketball team that was worth anything. I mean, not worth anything. That was harsh because he had Al Horford. But Al Horford is not a superstar, and I don't even think he's an all-star. Did he ever make an all-star game? I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't think he ever even made an all-star, Al Horford. So Isiah Thomas is really was the only superstar on that team, and he is a natural scorer. So I mean, maybe playing with all these other good players and scorers and playmakers, maybe Isiah Thomas just might not be all that great. And maybe I could be completely wrong and he will be the same way as possible, but I'm just saying there is a chance that he will go back to his old Isiah Thomas ways of still being a decent point guard, but not the superstar we all know him. So there's a chance of that, but I do not think that's going to happen. I think LeBron is going to make him 10 times better, but there is a chance that he does go back to that. So before I end off the video, let's just recap what I said. I do not think it's going to hurt him in long term when they figure out what their starting lineup is and what the minutes are going to be, when people don't get upset because they got taken out of the starting lineup and all of that. And then I do not think that they're going to be that great when he first comes back, because not only are they going to have to work with minutes, they're not even going to be able to figure out the minutes until a couple weeks later when he can play full game minutes. It's just going to be this year's going to be like a kind of weird thing for a while. But I think once they figure out that they're going to get rolling again, there is going to be Golden State against Cleveland. Cleveland's going to get beat, and Golden State's going to win the NBA Finals. I think it's not going to really affect them in any way, but I do think it's going to help them a lot. So, yeah, comment below, guys, how long do y'all think it's going to take for the Cleveland Cavaliers to be able to work Isiah Thomas back into the lineup? How long do you think it's going to be able to, like, help him? Do you think Isiah Thomas is going to be better or worse than he was last year? Do you think he's going to be able to defer to LeBron and pass the ball more? Or do you think he's going to keep trying to shoot? Comment all that below. And also, if you did like the video at any point, hit the like button. If you really liked the video and want to help me out, hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And also, if you kids don't think about you either, never do vegetables, always do drugs. Stay safe, wear your seatbelt. Goodbye. Ooh. Oh yeah, one announcement before I end off the video. I have been Twitch streaming, and if any of y'all are watching this, comment Twitch below. If y'all are somehow watching this, that shows me that y'all are loyal. Just comment Twitch below. And I mean, yeah, my username is Soggy Biscuits. I don't get any viewers, but I mean, it's fun. I find fun in it. So yeah, just hit that up if you're even watching to this point. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Goodbye. See y'all tomorrow.